I'm DINA Elizabeth, and together we will be working on different topics of the English language, which will you allow you to learn, reinforce, or increase it. Let's begin. The objective of this topic is identify the future tense, the form of will, going to, and suggestions. Also, I'm gonna include you a review exercise that you can see below. Okay, in this picture, you can see a representation of the tenses. I decide to associate a baby with a past, a young man with a present, and elder people with a future. The following is I know that this tutorial is essentially aimed for young people. However, everyone can use it. So, specifically the topics that we are seeing today is all related with future. When we use a future tense, generally we use words such as going to, will, or want. And before to start, let me know you what is a future tense. This is a verbal tense that it is used to describe activities that you will like practice in the future. And as I explained before, there are many structures that can you use if you want to refer for the future tense. For this time, we are going to be using going to, will, want, or inclusive. I would like to, or might. First of all, I'm going to explain you how to use the auxiliary will. Will is named as auxiliary because it's something that is going to help us. The structure that you have to follow is the next one. You are going to require a pronoun such as this one that I show you. Then the auxiliary will. For example, I will, you will, he will, she will, it will, we will, you will, and they will. After that, you have to add the verb in a simple form. Here, I'm going to show you some verbs. Swim, run, sleep. There are many of them. You can look for more information on the net. Just write regular verb list or irregular verb list in your search. Anyway, for this tutorial, I will ask you that memorize these three verbs that I present you because they are going to be the ones we will be work today. I want to mention three examples, which one we will be working. The first sentence is, I swim. The second one, she runs. And the third, they sleep. As you can see, these phrases are not in future. So, how I can do it? To write them in future? Easy. I'm going to use the help of the auxiliary will. In this case, you have to consider the following structure that I'm gonna show you. Pronoun plus auxiliary will plus verb in simple present. Remember, And as I mentioned before, the verb will and the sentence will be like this. For the first sentence, I use the pronoun I plus the auxiliary will and the verb swim. Getting a sentence like this: I will swim. As you can see, we already had a complete sentence. Now, how do you think will be the second one? Remember, first we have to use the pronoun. I'm gonna use she, then the auxiliary, and finally the verb. And so we have, she will run. Finally, we have a third sentence. Again, remember the use of the pronoun. In this case, I use they, the auxiliary, and the verb sleep. And I get a sentence like this: they will sleep. Negative sentence: will not or won't. We use negative sentence when we want to refer for an activity that we are not going to realize in a future. It means that you don't want to do it, you are not interested in, or doesn't matter you. In this case, you have to use the next extractor. First of all, you have to use the pronoun. Remember, pronouns could be I, you, he, she, we, they, etc. Then you have to use an auxiliary and you must add the word not. Finally, you have to put the verb in a simple present. So also you can use the next structure: pronoun plus want plus verb in simple present, and also if you wanted you can use a complement. They are not pretty different among the use of will not or won't. However, won't is the most common. So as you can see, this structure is pretty easy. Just have to use not or won't, and that's all. Let's see the same sentences. First, in the last slide, I present you the next: I will swim. Remember that this one is written in a positive or in an affirmative way, but how can do it in a negative form? Easy. Remember the structure. First, I have to use the pronoun I, then the auxiliary in a negative way, like will not or won't. Then the verb, and if you want, a complement. So I get a sentence like this: I won't swim. I will not swim. Remember, both are correct. Number 2, remember the sentence: she will run. So, what about if I want to change in a negative form? We have to put first of all the pronoun she, the auxiliary, and the verb. In this case, the verb that I'm gonna use is run. She will not run, or she won't run. Finally, remember the sentence number 3? They will sleep. Okay, now we're gonna change in a negative form. So we have the pronoun they, the verb sleep, and my sentence is like this. They will not sleep, or they won't sleep. Another important structure that we use when we want to refer in a future are the interrogatives forms. This structure is important if you are interested in know what happened in a future. So, for this reason, you have to use the next structure. In the first place, you have to use the auxiliary will plus the pronoun plus verb plus complement. Remember, this is only if you want. Finally, don't forget to use a question mark. As you can see, in this case, the auxiliary scored the first position before the pronoun. Something important that you have to consider when you use the interrogative structure is the question mark. In English, you just have to use one of them at the end of the sentence. Now, let's gonna see a pair of examples. In this occasion, I use pretty different sentences, and also we can include a complement. In the first place, we have the sentence is, we swim today. I have a pronoun, a verb, and a complement. Remember that this is an affirmative way. How I can do it, or how I can become in an interrogative way. Okay. First, you have to use the auxiliary will, and then the rest of the sentence. Don't forget the question mark. So, we get something like that. Will we swim today? Something important that you have to consider is that when we ask something is answers, we have two options, a positive answer and a negative answer. If you want to answer in a positive way, look the following example that is marked with a plus sign. And if you want to see how you can answer in a negative way, check the minus sign. In a positive way, for the question, will we swim today? Affirmative, yes. We swim today. In a negative way, no, we swim today. No, we swim today, or no, we won't. And the second example, she runs the marathon. This is an affirmative way. How I become in an interrogative structure. Remember, we have to use first of all the auxiliary will. Will she run the marathon? The positive answer is yes, she will. Negative answer, no, she won't. Or No, she will not. Now we have another example, number 3. The affirmative sentence is they sleep in a hotel. An interrogative structure, we have will they sleep in a hotel? The positive answer could be yes, they will. Also, you can answer with a complement if you want. For example, yes, they will sleep in a hotel. In a negative, could be no, they will not sleep in a hotel, or no, they won't sleep in a hotel. How do you see the use of the auxiliary will? This information is useful for you? What do you think about it? Is this you right? Okay, let's recap the use of will. We have 3 possibilities. Affirmative, negative, and interrogative way. For affirmative, the structure is pronoun, auxiliary will, and verb in, if you want, complement. For the negative way, the structure is pronoun, auxiliary will, the word not, verb, and complement. Also, in a negative way, you can use the following structure: pronoun, the word want, verb, and complement. Finally, for interrogative way, remember you have to use the auxiliary, for example, will, plus pronoun, plus verb, and complement. Also, don't forget the question mark. If you want to answer in a positive way, remember that you have to use first of all the word yes, then pronoun, will, verb, and complement. If you want to say or answer something that it wasn't in a negative way, you have to use first of all the word not, the pronoun, the use of the word will not or won't, whatever you want, the verb, and the complement. Do you get any doubt about it? Let me know in the comments. Now, we're gonna continue with another structure.